Welcome to Talking Crue, an unofficial Motley Crue podcast. I'm your host, Kevin Humphrey, where I talk all things in the world of Motley Crue. This is episode 60 this week, Motley Crue's MTV Motley Cruise to Nowhere review. But first, this week in Motley news, not a whole lot of it. Motley Crue announced a reminder about CharityBuzz.com. The auction, all the proceeds go to the Covenant House in Los Angeles. They added some stuff. Some of it I've talked about before. Vince Neil's microphones that he used during the Hollywood Takeover shows. Tommy Lee's snare drums, which he's actually signed. Tommy's gloves, drumsticks, Nicky's basses that he used, John Five's guitars, and stage clothes like his leather jackets that he wore, t-shirts that he wore during these shows. Nicky did a recent interview with Guitar World. This actually came out last week, but I kind of waited on it for this week because I really wanted to do a deep dive in reading this interview. He talks about the canceled EP. He talks about working on new songs, which is absolutely fantastic. I can't wait to hear what this is. He talks about meeting John Five and working with John Five and what John Five brings into the band. He talks about bass guitars. He talks about the Dr. Feelgood 35th anniversary. He talks about the Las Vegas residency next year. He talks about Mick Mars' situation. I'm so happy that Nicky addressed this because I'm going to go on my rant here right now for the week. I'm so sick of hearing all these trolls out there on social media. Oh, they did Mick wrong. Oh, they shouldn't have kicked him out. Oh, they fired him. Oh, they did this. Oh, they did that. And Nicky pretty much says it in this interview. It's like a team sport. Once one team member leaves or gets fired or gets traded or whatever, doesn't mean the team stops. They just replace that member and they keep going. Trust me, I know. I'm a huge sports fan. And this is part of my rant. A lot of people want to bash Motley Crue for this. Here's the thing. Motley Crue is not the only band that's ever done this. Vince left, quit, got fired, whichever. They bring in John Corabi. Vince comes back. Tommy Lee leaves. They bring in Randy Castile. They go on a break. They bring back Tommy Lee. Now it's Mick gone. He retires. He quit. It's over. Mick is gone. He's not coming back. He doesn't want to come back. He can't tour no more. He doesn't want to be in the band no more. So let's leave it. Like I said, a lot of other bands. Bon Jovi, Alex John Such on bass, the original bass player, gets fired. They bring in Hugh McDonald. Richie Sambora leaves. They bring in Phil X. AC/DC, Bon Scott dies. They bring in Brian Johnson, who leaves. They bring in Axl Rose. They bring back Brian Johnson. Malcolm Young dies. They bring in another brother. Cliff Williams, the bass player, Phil Sudd on drums. I almost drew a blank there. They're touring now, and it's just Brian and Angus. Nobody's saying a word. Metallica, Cliff Burton dies. They bring in Jason Newsted. Jason Newsted quits. They bring in Robert Trujillo. Nobody says a word. Why is it just Motley Crue? It's not Motley Crue. That's the only band that does this. Leonard Skinner. I mean, come on. Leonard Skinner is still going on, and it's a tribute band. There's no original members at all, but people don't say a peep about it. ZZ Top. You only got 2 members of the original 3, but nobody says a word. Why is it just Motley Crue? I don't know. I'm sick of it. I'm so glad Nicky addressed this. So there's my rant of the week. Okay, and now back to Motley news. Last night, the band tweeted about Nita Strauss. She is a guitar player for the Alice Cooper Band, being at the LA Rams football game last night. And said just watched something about her. I don't really know. I wasn't at the game. I don't live in LA. But what I did see is that she performed a new song with singer David Draymond, who is the lead singer of the band Disturbed, which is a cool band. Uh, but that was it. Now, if something happened that wasn't on TV and you were at the game, write me a comment down below. But other than that, that's the only thing I can find. And that kind of got me thinking, why would they mention this? I don't know. Is she going to be the opening act at the Vegas stuff next year? I don't know. Again, it's got me wondering what's going on. I'm proud that they are kind of throwing or pushing her, promoting her. I think that's great. I think she's a great guitar player. Fun to watch to play. She's really good. And that's it in Motley news. Alright, so let's get right into this episode. This is episode 60, Motley Crue MTV Motley Cruise to Nowhere review. On this week's episode, I'm just taking a break from what I'm calling the Vince Neil series because I want to do a Halloween special. Halloween's coming up next Thursday. This will be the second Halloween special that I've done. The first one was last year, which is episode 13, in case you missed it, where I put together a Halloween playlist. I picked Motley Crue songs, of course, it's a Motley Crue podcast, and other bands and artists that I threw in there. So if you need playlist ideas for Halloween, go check out episode 13. There's a ton of songs that I picked. So this year, I thought I would do something totally different. So there's my notes. So I remember this show, and luckily I found the whole thing on YouTube. And so, yeah, I was like, yes, I got to do this for the Halloween special. So let's go info and facts. This was a MTV special in 1987. It was a Motley Crue MTV contest that inspired this, where a few winners got to go on a cruise with the band to Bermuda. The show aired on Headbangers Ball on October the 3rd, 1987. It stars the band itself, Vince Neil, Tommy Lee, Nikki Sixx, Mick Mars. I remember Headbangers Ball. I loved that show. I would watch it every Saturday night, and if I had to work on Sunday, I would record it and watch it Sunday evening. So, like I said, I will post this in the comment section down below and on the Talking Crue Facebook page. So, now let's talk about the show. I'm not going to go into big detail. I'm just going to give you a summary of what this episode or this show was, because I want you to watch it or rewatch it. Maybe it's been a few years since you've seen it. So I'm going to give you the summary. It starts off with a bottle washing up on shore with a note in it, message in a bottle. There's a police song there. Where the beach goers are at, two females in fact, as they read the story of what happened that fateful day, the fog from hell, while the band is trapped on a boat. Tune in and watch it to find out about the Motley Cruise to Nowhere. So like I said, I'm going to leave you on the cliffhanger. I want you guys to watch this. Now let's talk about this. This is 1987, so there is some kind of sexist kind of stuff going on. So don't get offended. I mean, it's 1987. It's good times. So yeah, don't get offended by it. I still find a lot of the humor in it, to be exact. But just to show you how funny this band is. So, homework this week. Tell me what you think about the Motley Cruise to Nowhere. And have you seen it before? That's your 2 homework questions. This is actually going to be a short episode this week. Next week, I'm going back into the Vince Neil series with episode 61, Vince Neil Tattoos and Tequila, Part 1, the book review. I'll talk more about that next week. If you know anybody that is a Motley Crue fan, likes to talk about Motley Crue, hear about Motley Crue, send them this way. Hit that share button, copy the link, and send it to them. Tell them go on Google, Firefox, YouTube, Facebook, Spotify. Type in Talking Crue. All the episodes will pop up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button yourself. Give me a thumbs up. I greatly appreciate it. And that's it for this week. Happy Halloween, which is Thursday. And I will see you guys next Friday. And you just took a ride on the wild side.